Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. We have the final reveal for Animation Chronicle 2024. A set that I feel like has been a little bit underwhelming overall relative to some of the past Animation Chronicles we've gotten in recent years, but it is still here, and I'm still excited no matter what. There is still some stuff in here that kind of gets me excited. So, last card here, this is Ocean of Regeneration. This, I believe, is from DM. The original series. I think it's played by the guy who turns into a penguin, based on what YG Organization is telling me here. By the way, they do a phenomenal job. Yeah, let's get into it. This is a continuous spell card. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can target one water monster in your graveyard with 1,000 or less attack, special summon it, but destroy it during the end phase. Pretty interesting card. It's pretty simple overall. I would say where I end up on this card is comparing this. People would call this like a reborn spell. I would say this is maybe overall worse than reborn, but I do think situationally it's better, right? The part that's better than Monster Reborn is that this is a continuous, and you can use this turn after turn after turn. The part that makes this worse is, one, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels are really fast these days, so in most scenarios you'd only be resolving this twice, maybe 3 times anyway, so it's not like we're talking like 5 or 6 resolutions in the course of a longer duel. That just doesn't happen that often in modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! And the other thing is, this card's really pigeonholed. It's really only is going to work in specific decks, whereas Monster Reborn can target anything. It can target from either player's grave. Just the versatility on it, the possibility of using it in like a mirror match to reborn, let's say for example an opponent's Snake Eye Ash to your field. Now their Snake Eye Ash is searching you another card. You're going legit +1, and you just got full combo without normal summon with it, right? So I think that makes that card infinitely better overall, but this card can still be good, especially since it's not at 1, so you can play this at multiple in a deck that really needs the extenders. The problem, like I said, is it's just pigeonholed, right? This can only be played in decks that play water monsters, and you need to have decent targets that are 1,000 or less attack. And when you go down the list, I don't think there's like a ton of decks that do that. There are definitely some, but I wish the list was a little bit longer. The archetypes that come to mind immediately for me are definitely like frogs, known for being a small water, like a tiny monster, water-based archetype, as well as something like penguins, which the penguin guy is on here. A lot of the penguins are pretty small, again, but again not too crazy. And then aside from that, you're kind of looking around at. I thought about Marine Cess, but I think the problem with Marine Cess is most of the level 4s aren't small enough for this card to be usable. You really want them to be, they need to be under 1,000, and so we don't really want to be reborning like the Link 1s with this card. We'd rather be reborning the level 4s, because they give us the opportunity to make Bahamut Toad. They give us the opportunity to make Kragan, like legit boost the power of what you could do, and even potentially play around stuff like Nibiru or straight through it. That would be more hopeful there. There are still some targets for sure in the deck, but not sure they're enough or worth it really to make this card there. There's a couple of other water decks as well. You could look at those too. Feel free to mention those in the comment section down below. I don't know all of them off the top of my head. Those are just the first 3 that came to my mind when looking at this card. All in all, it's not a bad card, but being like an unsearchable card that you like, these are the kind of cards that like you just never really want to play 3 of in your deck in modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because if you don't see a starter and get this card set up, then this card is terrible. But I do think like maybe as a 1 of or a 2 of, it is like a niche little extender you can get a hold of there. So all in all, nothing too crazy. Doesn't sway me too much on the set. Card's just fine. But there could be some decks that maybe want to utilize it. We'll see. But other than that, that's it. That's all of our reveals for Animation Chronicle. Like I said, a little bit underwhelming. I may do a whole video going over the entire set of Animation Chronicle and really comparing it to past ones, and maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised when I do it that way, but we will have to see a little bit later on. But other than that, I'm out of here for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know your thoughts on this card. Let me know what other archetypes you think actually could make good use of this card. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.